Chapter 2, it's complicated. Turns out your no strings attached fake relationship comes with strings, after all. DJ, the sexy stranger you met on the plane, is actually Shannon's half-brother, Darian. You rack your brain for what to say as you, Lucy, and Darian follow a furious Shannon back inside. So I somehow managed to enter a fake relationship with my ex's half-brother. Even by my standards, this is a hot mess. Try and relax, Shan. You don't want to cause drama at your own wedding celebration. You sleazy son of a... Enough, Shannon. Darian is right. You're making an unnecessary scene. Shannon glances around, noticing the stares he's getting, and sighs a heavy, deflated sigh. Just... why? Lennox, I told you what kind of person Darian is. I'm standing right here, and you can lay off Lennox because she didn't know I was your brother. How's it possible? I thought you've been dating for months at this point. Great. I've been here for less than an hour, and everyone is already suspicious of our relationship. I need to do damage control and fast, or this whole lie is going to unravel. To be fair, Shannon, you never introduced me to Darian. Hell, even Lucy hasn't technically met him before now. That's true, Shan. You have been keeping Darian in the dark. Fine. Lucia, meet my sorry excuse for a half-brother. Hey, now there's no way to talk about family, and no matter how estranged you are. Especially since Darian is dating my best friend. That makes him very important. Lucia's not just backing him up, she's backing Darian up? This is good. A tense silence hangs over the group. Finally, Lucia smiles and extends a hand to Darian. This has been an interesting introduction, but I'm happy to meet you all the same, Darian. He hesitates, like he expects Lucia to yank her hand away at the last second, then tentatively he shakes her hand. Nice to finally meet you. I'm looking forward to being your brother-in-law. Oh, for the love of... Grumbling, Shannon storms off. Lucia sighs heavily. Go talk to him, Luce. Darian and I can go freshen up in our rooms. Rooms? Don't be ridiculous. Now that I know you're dating, I'm upgrading you to a deluxe suite. So she waited for you to be here with someone to upgrade you. That's cute. You balk. After the revelation that Darian is, well, Darian, you hoped you wouldn't have to share a room. It doesn't help when Darian slings his arm around your back, his fingertips tickling the nape of your neck. Did you hear that, baby? Lucy's spoiling us with a sweet. A whole suite to ourselves. Lucy, that's too generous. Oh, please, I'm the one that made you trek all the way out here for my wedding. An all-expense-paid trip to Greece isn't exactly punishment. I think that what my woman is trying to say is thank you for your generosity. Your woman, dude? Ooh. Darian rubs his thumb gently over the back of your neck, making you shiver. Lennox isn't very good at accepting favors, but we've been working on it together. I'm gonna go take care of that room upgrade. You two sit tight. Lucia hurries off to the front desk. Now alone with Darian, your stomach starts to churn with anxiety. Darian, we need to talk now. After scanning the first floor for a private space, you impulsively pull him into a utility closet and shut the door behind you. Trying to get me in close quarters so soon after the plane. You're a lot more eager than I thought. Oh, shut up. How the hell could you not tell me you're Shannon's brother? Half-brother. Shannon's always made a point of emphasizing that. Don't avoid the question. You let me on and about Shannon and Lucia, their wedding, my past with Shannon. Was the plan to humiliate me all along? Is that why you agreed to be my date? No, Lennox, I swear, that's not what this is about. Look, I tried to tell you this. Well, the whole thing was a bad idea, but you seem so bummed to get to this wedding alone. I admit, I should have told you who I was, and sure, maybe a little humiliation was part of the draw, but I only wanted to twist the knife in Shannon. Please believe me, I never wanted to humiliate you. Shannon is still your brother. I know you two have a complicated relationship. Actually, it's pretty simple. Shannon wishes I'd never been born. and I think he's an arrogant jerk. Fine, so you both hate each other, but you didn't have to rope me into it. Here's the part where I remind you that this was your idea. You're the one who asked me to lie. That was when I thought you were a stranger, when I thought no one would bat an eye at us dating. Now we're going to have to bend over backwards convincing people our relationship is real. Or we could just come clean. We can say this was an elaborate practical joke. And let Lucy and Shannon think I intentionally caused drama at their wedding week. No way. Lucy's mom, Alice, thinks I'm a hot mess who's hell-bent on bringing Lucia down to my level. If I tell the truth now, then I'll be proving her right about me. Why do you care so much what her mom thinks? Hell, why do you care so much what anyone thinks? I care because... it's a reflection on other people, but then also I don't want to be a huge loser. Huge loser, I'm going with it. Everyone else at the wedding is successful, rich, happy, and coupled. I can't walk into another room where everyone feels sorry for me. I just can't. You sigh, trying to lean back against the wall, but your head collides with a heavy piece of equipment. Ouch! Easy, you're getting all tangled in the wires. Darian takes hold of your elbow to steady you, but in frustration you try to shake him off. I don't need your help. Would you just hold still? You yank your arm back, lose your footing, and stumble sideways, knocking a shelf loose. You shut your eyes and wince, expecting the shelf to fall, but instead a strong arms box you in. You really need to learn to relax. You open your eyes and see Darian's face inches from yours, his arm bracing against the shelf to keep it steady. Everything goes quiet when his gaze flickers to your lips. As pissed as you are at him. He really is infuriatingly gorgeous. He's Fabio, come on now. Unfortunately, your flustered ego doesn't go unnoticed by him, who smirks. Thinking about kissing me right now, Lennox? Darian, did you say something? Sorry, finding it hard to concentrate. Thought you would say something other than that. The breath leaves your lungs when Darian leans in, gently brushing his lips against yours. You groan when his tongue flickers briefly over your lower lip and instinctively follow as he pulls back. Let's save it for when we have an audience. After all, I'm not really your boyfriend. And thank God for that, because you're getting on my last nerve. Annoyed, you shove your way out of the utility closet only to run straight into Lucia. There you are, I was wondering where you went off to. She takes in your flushed face and rumpled hair, a slow smile builds on her face. Couldn't wait to get to your room, huh? You're terrible. You open your mouth to protest, but Darian slinks an arm around you before you get the chance. We're still in the honeymoon phase, but this was a one-off, we promise. Good, because the last thing I need is for our bridesmaids to be arrested on public indecency. Darian and Lucia laugh like old friends, and you suddenly get the urge to crawl into a hole and die. I mean, hide forever. I had to enter that one. Darian is just teasing. We didn't mess around. What did I tell you about making crass jokes, babe? That Lucia would probably find them hilarious. Lennox was right, but I should warn you, my family doesn't share my sense of humor. Neither does mine. Your stomach churns unpleasantly at the thought of Lucia's meddling mom calling your bluff. Well, here, the keys to your suite. Hopefully everything is to your liking. I'm sure everything's great, Luz. Don't worry about me and Darian. Lucia smiles fondly, but it quickly fades. She suddenly looks exhausted. I have to find Shannon. It's getting late and the party is going to start soon. I'll see you there. Wouldn't miss it for the world. She hurries off, leaving you and Darian alone. You quickly disentangle from his grasp. Darian, are we going to be able to pull this off for a week? If she figures out I'm lying. She won't. In fact, we have some time before the party, so we might as well get our stories straight. We could grab a drink at the bar, pretend we're on a real date, get to know each other. You hesitate. On one hand, you're determined to keep your arrangement with Darian casual. On the other, it might be a good idea to get our story straight before tonight's party. Smart girl. Come on. Let me at least buy you a drink to make up for all this madness. It's already dusk by the time you and Darian are seated at the swanky outdoor bar. You really didn't have to buy my drink, Darian. Sure I did. Like I said, it's the least I can do after the headache I gave you with Shannon. Besides, he takes your hand and brushes his thumb lightly across your knuckles, making you shiver. As long as people see us, I should play the part of a great boyfriend. You have half a mind to pull your hand away. But Darian's right. You should play your part in this too. A great boyfriend. Honey, you're the best boyfriend. Ah, very good. If we keep this up, we won't need to worry about being found out. Still, it won't hurt to get our facts in order since we both flew out from Austin. I assume we both live there. Yep, which means we should have an appropriately Austin-y meet-cute story. Maybe we met at a music festival, on a bar patio, on an app, on a bar patio. Cute. I saw you from across the patio, couldn't resist buying you a drink. Which I would have been a fool not to accept. We got to talking, and then the weather turned on us. We had to huddle under an umbrella during a thunderstorm. He leans in closer, his voice growing husky. The rain soaked through your shirt. That gorgeous body of yours was suddenly on display. I don't think anyone's gonna ask us that level of detail. Oh, maybe not, but it can't hurt to be prepared, can it? He takes a sip of his drink, and you try not to focus on the way his throat bobs as he swallows. So, that's our first meeting out of the way, but what kept us coming back for more? You mean, why did we fall in love with each other? Exactly. For instance, I could easily say I fell in love with your adorable smile or charming laugh. Maybe I fell in love with how humble you are, how much you care about your loved ones. He makes good points. You feel your face heat up. For someone who barely knows you, Darian has a lot to say about your finer qualities. He's playing his part like he promised. Don't read too much into it, Lennox. You're quiet, Leonard. Don't tell me it's that hard for you to find something lovable about me. Not at all. It's just, I was thinking of a good answer. Obviously, I fell for your natural charisma. People can say what they want about you, and they will. But no one can deny how damn charming you are. You're the smoothest talker I know. We can work with that. Just don't make me out to be all talk and no action. Oh, I wouldn't dare. You and Darian grinned at each other, and for a lingering moment, this almost feels like a real date. You're supposed to be plotting, not gazing lovingly in each other's eyes. You clear your throat pointedly. So we've covered how we met and how we fell in love, but we should backtrack a little. Where did we become official? I mean, what was our first date as an actual couple? He leans back in his chair, and you ignore the disappointment that blooms when he releases your hand. That's a good question. I'll confess I hadn't let the let's not see the other people talk since I was in college. I don't have much experience with exclusive relationships either. I kind of exaggerated how serious my recent relationship was. The guy literally confessed love and you were with one another for months, and you're like, no, it wasn't serious at all. Okay, alright, you know what? I'm getting pissed. Honestly, you haven't had a serious boyfriend since you cut yourself off, but Darian smiles grimly. Since Shannon Giga Chad Investment Bro Farrell? You laugh Darian off, but you can't help but wonder if there's a jealousy in his expression. He really hates Shannon naturally. He'd be jealous of everything Shannon has or had. So we've established that we're not a serious relationship people, but I'm sure I can think of a good date. Maybe we went to a private concert? Maybe you took me to see a band you were trying to sign? Taking you to meet the talent so soon. I must really like you. If we want to convince people we're a real couple, then you must really love me. Fortunately, it won't be hard to pretend that's true. You huff out a laugh, rolling your eyes. Somehow Darian's fortis still manages to catch you off guard. It seems like we have the important milestones out of the way. If anyone asks questions, then we'll just be prepared to answer. Unless someone throws us a real curveball. I doubt it'll come to that. After all, today is about Lucy and Shannon. And luckily, I tend to become invisible when I stand next to my dear half-brother. I highly doubt that. You Gramus, you're going to have to learn to navigate Darian's stricken relationship with Shannon, aren't you? Look, Darian, I really wish you'd told me you were Shannon's half-brother, but this whole ruse was my idea. If anything bad comes to it, well, I can't totally blame you. I can't totally blame you isn't something I've used to hearing, not when my family is within a 10-mile radius. He takes a long sip of his drink and you fidget with your napkin watching his unreadable expression. You really resent your family, huh? Not my whole family, no. My stepmother, May, is a good woman. She's actually the only reason I'm here. Shannon didn't even want to invite me, but his mom put her foot down. I don't get it. Shannon didn't want you here, but still put you in the wedding party? That would be my half-sister Ellie's doing. She's nagging Shannon to put me in. I know May and Ellie well. They're awesome people. I just wish that me and Shannon could magically get along. Trust me, babe, you're not the only one with that fantasy. A heavy silence descends over the table. Without thinking, you reach out and take his hand, squeezing it. Let's make a promise to each other. Because that worked out so well when we did it on the plane. I'm serious. Let's promise that no matter what, we'll both make it through this week with our dignities intact. Unfortunately for us, our dignities are in the hands of people who don't like us very much. My father. Lucia's mom. I know we're up against some pretty formidable foes, but we'll be okay if we look out for each other. He studies your face for a while, and find yourself squirming under his intense gaze, and suddenly he smirks. We're being watched. You follow his gaze to find some semi-familiar faces, friends of Lucia's from college, eyeing you and Darian. This might be a good opportunity to really sell how in love I am. I'll kiss him. Reach over, grip him by the back of his neck, and pull his face closer to yours. He meets you halfway without question, crushing his lips to yours in a searing kiss. You sigh pleasantly when he scrapes his teeth lightly across your bottom lip. Ruse or not, he's a hell of a kisser. You can feel him smiling against your lips, and your breath hitches when his tongue slides into your mouth. Then, before you can get too lost in the kiss, he pulls back and brushes his lips over your cheek. I could really get used to being your partner in crime. Good, because you're not getting rid of me anytime soon. Are they still watching? His gaze flickers past you and his smirk widens. Like a bunch of gossipy, hungry hawks, they totally buy our lovey-dovey couple act. You breathe a sigh of relief and try not to focus too hard on how close you are to him. Maybe this week won't be much of a disaster as I thought. That night, you and Darian make your ways to the first event of Lucia's wedding week, the welcome party. This isn't a formal event, it's just a chance for guests to get to know each other and unwind. So why do I feel like I'm wadding into a feeding frenzy? Seeming to pick up on your nerves, Darian strokes your arm with a gentle feather-light fingertip. Relax, we got our story straight, we're gonna be just fine. You're right, as long as we stick to a story, nothing can go wrong. He leads you by the arm to the bar where he orders a couple of on-the-house drinks. You gratefully take yours. Wonder how free they are, and cheap they are. There you are, Lennox. Didn't get the memo that the bridal party is supposed to stick together? You grimace and turn to face Benita Casales, aka Benny, aka Lucia's girl boss sister. That means nothing to me. Oh, don't harass her so soon, Ben. Her flight got in a lot later than the rest of ours. Fortunately, Shannon and Darius' sister, Ellie, comes to your rescue with a tight hug and a smile. You look fierce, though. Have my decades of fashion advice finally sunk in, though? I wish I could say yes, but Darian actually took me to a boutique when we landed. How romantic, dear. You must be really into her. Yes, good. If Darian's fashion rescue makes him seem endlessly devoted to me, I'll take it. Dear, you can take me to the boutique to make up for the fact you've been hiding your relationship. He watches Darian awkwardly accepts Ellie's hug. He doesn't seem all that comfortable with any family. Oh, sorry, Elle. I've been pretty busy these days with work. Yeah, I know. You and Shan are always butting heads, but you both love that little excuse. I better change the subject or Darian's family drama is going to spoil his mood and the party. I seriously can't believe how gorgeous the resort is. I mean, I figured it would be fancy, but this totally exceeds my expectations. It also exceeds my any reasonable budget. I'll never understand why people spend so much on a single party. Oh, thank you. I like you already. Harsh, Ben. This is your sister's wedding. It's not really harsh, it's truthful. My sister didn't have anything to do with this circus. This has my mother written all over it. Ellie rolls her eyes and playfully shoves Benny, who steals a glance at Darian, who smiles tightly back. He seems grateful. Hopefully I can help keep his family off his back. Anyway, dear, we hate to steal your woman from you, but we have a bridal party's business to discuss. And you should rendezvous with the wedding party. I hear they were looking for you, too. Bonding time with the Shannon's finance bros. Goody. You feel panic grip you as Darian downs the last of his drink. You're splitting up so soon? No. I need my fake boyfriend security blanket to survive this night. What? Once again, Darian seems to catch onto your mood because he leans in to kiss your cheek and whispers in your ear, I promise I'll rescue you before too long. Meanwhile, I'll be a good girl and lie. He leaves you with a wink and a growing warmth between your legs. I am so doomed. Ellie steers you deeper into the party as Benny struts ahead of you. You fidget, fearing what's to come. Sure enough! Benita, Eleanor, Lennox, glad to see you could finally grace us with your presence. She eyes your outfit, and you see the briefest flicker of approval in her eyes. I'm glad you at least made time to make yourself look presentable. I don't like you already. You grit your teeth. Lucy's mother Alice has never liked you, not even when you were kids. Oh, come now, Alice. We all knew Lennox would be catching a later flight. Shannon, and Ellie's mother, May, comes to your rescue, giving Alice a disapproving look. She smiles at you. It's so lovely to see you again, sweetheart, and I understand this new paramour of yours is our own Darian. That's right. Sorry, I didn't tell you. I mean, I know we're not super in touch since Shannon and I... Yes, by all means, remind everyone how you used to date Lucy's betrothed. You flinch. May turns her scowl back to Alice in full force. Why shouldn't Lennox be allowed to reminisce about old times? It's all water under the bridge now. Alice bites her tongue, smiling thinly. You shoot May a grateful look as she steers you to a nearby seat. I'll admit, I'm feeling a little nosy about you and Darian's love story. You're both so private. Yeah, come on. All the deeds. I still have so many questions. Listen, why is my fashion sense being critiqued when this woman literally looks like she came from the gym because Pixelberry can never actually do anything new? Stay calm, Lennox. You and Darian prepared for this. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. I just love talking about our relationship. Yay! Gosh, where do I start? At the beginning, I guess. Can I always start at your fashion sense? That's actually a really funny story, if you have time to hear it. Ellie, May, and even Benny hang on your every word as you embark on the story of your romance with Darian. Darian and I met on a bar patio. We cozied up together during a thunderstorm. Try not to think about Darian's racy and comment about when the two of you came up with this particular lie. Oh, that does sound like Darian. Oh, so that was your first date? No, not exactly. We kind of just took it slow for a while, but finally decided to make it official. Our first date was at a concert. Darian introduced me to one of the acts from his label. Oh, that must have been a very nice time. Darian certainly loves his music. I got to see him in his element. It was an amazing way of getting to know him. I don't understand. Based on your dating history, Darian seems like an odd choice. Benny! It's okay. It's not the first time I've gotten that, but there's a lot to love about Darian. Honestly, he's charmed his way into my heart. The man has a way with words. Oh, after all these years, holed up in his rooms writing songs, he better. You smile, glancing between the women's faces, feeling emboldened by how convinced they look. Even Alice is scowling less. And now's my chance to really sell it. No, this is where you stop yourself before you do it too much. I just want everyone to experience this kind of love. I didn't know it was possible to be this happy, but it really has been a whirlwind romance. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so happy to hear you say that. May leans in, embraces you, and you inwardly breathe a sigh of relief. Until they go, when's the wedding? Because that's the next step from this shit. I can't believe I seriously pulled this off. This is a really good idea to prep. Ladies, please tell me you're not interrogating Lennox on our first night here. The blessed Saint Lucia comes to your rescue, putting a hand on your shoulder as she stares down her family. Oh, so what if Darian and Lennox are dating? Shannon and I had an unconventional start to our relationship. Yes, honey, we all remember how Lennox so graciously gave Shannon over to you when she was sick of him. Jesus Christ, woman, you have no filter. You suddenly feel cold all over. Lucia stares daggers at her mother, her grip on your shoulder tightening. Mother, I warned you not to bring this up. I'm just saying, if it was supposed to be a relationship to some ploy to make Shannon jealous. Am I interrupting something? Oh, thank God. No, you're not interrupting shit. Just her mother being a biatch. You startled at the sound of Darian's voice. Seemed like people were coming to your rescue left and right tonight. I hope to steal my girlfriend away for a dance. They've got everything set up outside. A dance sounds great. Yay, dancing! You rock at your feet and take his hand, steering him outside before Alice can pelt you with more comments. Once outside, you double over, breathing heavily to keep yourself from hurling. Darian's hand strokes your back. That bad, huh? Worse. I told you Alice seriously has it out for me. Darian, thank you for saving me. I don't know if you realized, but I was being berated back there. I did, trust me. I know the experience all too well. Shannon and my father treat me the way Alice treats you. It's difficult to deal with. That must be horrible. At least Alice isn't part of my family. Lucy is like your sister. That means you'll never be able to escape Alice, no matter how much you want to. Listen, I'll be able to escape her when she dies. It helps to focus on yourself as much as possible, on what you can control. You said self-love is important to you. People who act like Alice and Shannon don't have much of that. Try reminding yourself that miserable behavior isn't your fault. Be kind to yourself. Don't spend your days wondering how to make Alice or Shannon's of the world happy. Trust me, you'll waste your time. That is actually sound advice. You straightening up and studying his brooding expression, you realize something for the first time since you met him. Darian and I, we have a lot in common, don't we? And that's why he can sense when your mood shifts. Darian catches you staring and offers a mischievous smile, taking your hand. So what if Alice wants to doubt our relationship? I know a way to shut her up. He rests his strong hands on your waist, slotting his hips to yours. Dance with me. We can blow off steam together, blow off anyone who doubts about us. You lean closer to him, undeniably drawn to him. Blowing off steam does sound like a wise idea. And I'd really love to rub my bond with Darian and Alice's face. Sure you do. Let's put on a show. I had to, leave me alone. He grins almost wickedly and kisses your cheek. That's my girl. Let's get out of here. Feeling giddy, you follow him onto the dance floor as others begin to trickle outside to join. As the music pulses, he pulls you close, pressing up against you as he grinds his hips to the beat. Okay, you're way too good at this. No such thing as too good when it comes to pleasing my girlfriend. You lean back, arching your body as you roll your hips against his. You're really laying it on thick, huh? All in service of our grand plan. He talks about the plan, but the way he watches you, his eyes dark with desire, makes your heart race. I can't be the only one hot and bothered tonight. Time to tease him a little. I'll tease Darian, slow and subtle, rough and shameless, slow and subtle. You fit your hips against his and roll your body slowly, rhythmically, almost against the tempo. Lennox, what are you doing to me? Dancing, obviously. He laughs quietly at your innocent remark, but inhales sharply when you slot your thighs between his legs. You smirk with satisfaction when you feel a bulge between his legs. He's already turned on. Still, you keep your movements slow and intentional, never letting up on your agonizing rhythm. Maybe this is a preview of things to come. Consider me intrigued. Oh yeah, is this how you like it in bed? No comment. Jesus. Your own boldness surprises you, but you're rewarded when he groans and lightly kisses the side of your neck. I wish we could get out of here right now. Lennox, Darian, Lucia Saint, Mirror Mother of God, you're interrupting. You feel yourself grow hot as she dances up alongside you, and then cold when you see Shannon with her. I could tell you two lovebirds to get a room, but well, you already have one. And we will be using it once we're done celebrating you. Lucia laughs brightly, looking to Shannon to join in, but he's wearing a sour expression. Let's dance over here, Lucy. Shannon leads a bemused Lucy away, and when you lock eyes with Darian, you see an unmistakable look of triumph there. Damn, you really love stirring the pot. How did he stir the pot? The guy did shit besides dance with you. Oh my god. Okay, moving on. If I'd known you were such a troublemaker, I would have thought twice before propositioning you. Oh please, we both know you were propositioning me because I'm a troublemaker. You press your forehead briefly to his as the laughter rolls through you. Okay, you got me. Maybe I like this wicked streak in you. Alice, Shannon, Lucia! You're startled how quickly they fade from your mind as you and Darian dance. The music pulses, and you know you shouldn't be surprised Darian is a good dancer, given his profession. But something tells me I'll never stop being surprised by him. Sweat slicks your skin before long, and you gasp sharply when his tongue darts out to lick the corner of your lips. That okay? Are people watching? Your response should be, who gives a shit? Darian's gaze flits around. He smirks when he catches sight of someone looking at you. Lucy's horrible mother, for one. Craning your neck, and sure enough, Alice is standing at the edge of the dance floor, her eyes bulging. I really shouldn't delight in mocking a middle-aged woman, but Alice kinda has this coming. You hold Darian close, your mind racing with more ideas for scandalizing the crowd. I'll touch his backside chest. You trace your fingers along the swell of his pecs as you dance close. Your fingers brush his nipple through his shirt, and he growls with pleasure. He takes your hand and yanks you close, fitting your hips together once more as he kisses your neck. You're making it impossible to resist you. Be patient. Our deluxe suite will be there when the party's over. As you look at him, you're struck by the pure desire on his face. He wants you as much as you want him, but frustration pulls in you when the track changes to a slow, sweet song. Maybe I was getting carried away for a second? But without missing a beat, he takes you in his arms and holds you gently to him. Your heart begins beating so fast you're convinced other people can hear it. He's really good at staying in character, isn't he? You gaze into his eyes and he murmurs, voice low and husky. Grand finale. Time to really sell this thing. It's a slow and sensual song. Well, let's go with rest. Rest your head on his shoulder, and he tucks you in close, his arms tightening around you. You sway to the music. You feel comfortable, safe. He sighs, contentedly squeezing you. I haven't done this with someone in so long. It feels nice. Really nice. He kisses your forehead gently and pulls back to gaze into your eyes. I'm glad you're a cuddler. That's gonna make this week a lot easier for me. You can't seriously tell me you, of all people, have a cuddly side. Why? I never understand that when people suddenly get shocked, you like to snuggle and cuddle. I rarely lie about this kind of thing unless you tell me to, that is. Yet, as you melt against him, your emotions get the better of you. He is so nonchalant about lying, but the way he looks at me, is he really just playing a part? Too soon, he pulls away, shooting you a mischievous little wink. I'm gonna go get more drinks. Meet me on the balcony in 5. It's a date. You make your way to the balcony, almost in a daze. You don't know how Darian does it, but it makes me feel so comfortable, like we've been friends for years. You lean on the railing, letting the salty sea air caress your face as you breathe in deeply. Maybe this week won't be so a disaster after. Give it 5 seconds. Have any idea what the hell you're doing? You go still at the sound of Shannon's voice. It's coming from inside, right around the corner, and he sounds mad. That does not sound good. And something tells me it's him and you poke your head inside to see your pulse racing when you see Shannon cornering Darian. Lennox is a good person, Darian. This is all some ploy to hurt her. My personal relationships are none of your business, brother. You feel jittery all of a sudden. You've never heard this cold, aloof voice come from Darian, and it makes you nervous. It might be true, but I've known Lennox a long time, and I know how you are in relationships. I won't let you hurt her, Darian. If you so much as try to... Darian steps in close to Shannon, who, to your surprise, shies away. Listen to me, Shannon. And listen good. I'm going to enjoy watching you squirm this week. And I'll be damned if I let you keep me away from Lennox. Your chest seizes with panic when you catch sight of Darian's devious grin. If this is the real Darian, did I make a mistake getting involved with him? Oh, Lord, girl, I need you to stop it. Alright, first and foremost, before we get to talking, thank you for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy the content, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description, plenty of things to check out, ways to support, be greatly appreciated. Other than that, let's get into it. Alright, so if Alice, or your best friend, or any of the girls, or anybody with a reasonable brain would have seen that Shannon pulled Darian to the side and said, listen, and started talking about all these things and everything else, you would most likely confront Shannon and be like, listen, do you still have feelings for her? Like, we're getting married and you're like this and that and everything towards her. And like, yeah, no, most people would raise an eyebrow at that. So Darian is a guy who literally and figuratively, I mean, he's keeping his cool, right? He's keeping his composure. He knows that this is, right now, it's just a fling. It's no strings attached. It's meaningless to him, right? That's literally and figuratively what no strings attached means. It means that you can go from one person to the other, and you literally and figuratively, like, there's nothing. So here's my feeling about it, though. And I've always been a person who's very curious about this. I understand the no strings thing. I've never been one to partake in it, right? Because I love fiercely, passionately, when I pursue someone, right, and then we're in a relationship, there's plenty of strings, right? I don't go immensely fast, but I am a person that, literally and figuratively, I build up kind of like, you know how it is when you pour something into a big pitcher, right? So every moment that I'm with someone and whatnot, like, it gets full. Right? Eventually it gets full over time. Now, every time that something happens, like a fight or something bad, you pour a little out. And this is just me giving you what I experience as a guy, I guess. So if nothing happens, that pitcher gets full quicker, right? Especially when you're not pouring anything out. So once a pitcher's full, you can either say, hey, let me pour you a glass of, hey, I love you, or whatnot. And that's for me, for anyone, right? Even family members or whatnot. For me, I'm not one to literally and figuratively throw the word love around, right? It's something that my family members throughout existence, whether they be long gone or still here, is something that the word love coming out of my mouth is something rare and far and few and in between. But it's also family, and also they do a lot of stupid shit. So, and like I said, every time you get into a fight or something, it pours a little out. So yeah, no, that's probably one of the reasons why. So for me, I can see this relationship as something that, or really any relationship where, you know, you start having in things and you enjoy it, and it's that word, the love, that throws the fear. And then people have this really weird sense of, oh no, it means commitment. Oh no, it means this. Oh no, it means I'm going to be ball and chain, you know, like the reference ball and chains. It's this and that and everything. A relationship, if you're already having that, right? And I've known people who have, you know, they never got married, and I'm perfectly fine with that too. You know, you don't have to put a ring on it as long as you are a person that, you know, hey, I'm for this person. This is, you know, kind of like an animal, right? This is my person, right? Then you don't have to put a ring on it. Some people are traditional, some people aren't. I'm open-minded, so I see a lot of these things and I'm like, okay, you don't have to put a ring on it. You do not have to be a ball and chains. As long as you guys are enjoying your relationship, right? You don't have to be formally committed to a piece of paper. Some people see it as a like a, oh, you do this for me and it means you really love me. And to me it's just it's weird. You know, when people think about that mentality. But you know, again, it's just my perspective, right? I would say I would want to get to marry someone because I love them, and not because I need a piece of paper that says I do. Every action, every word, everything that I do would be literally and figuratively for them and not some piece of paper. So the piece of paper is just a formality. That's how I look at it. I just see this as unnecessary drama. I see a relationship that could be a possibility, and probably is going to be. Let's be honest, it's how the book is written. But I just see a lot of unnecessary drama and whatnot. I think it's just silly and stupid. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, how you feel. Otherwise, thank you once again for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Thank you for being here, and hopefully you did enjoy the video. Peace out.